Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. In today's video we are going to be talking about agaves. Now I don't have a lot of varieties, I just have a few of them because there are like thousands and thousands of varieties of agave, hybrids, natural species, cultivars, etc. So in this video I'm going to be talking about a little bit care of agaves. Now this agave, I'll put the name on the screen. Now this is another beautiful agave over here. I'll put the name on the screen. Now the care requirements are little different compared to our succulents, though these also belong to the desert area. They also belong to a very arid growing conditions wherein there is not much water. They are very drought tolerant, just like cactus and succulents. They also fall under the same category. The soil has to be loose, porous and well draining. Now the initial care is little different. So when you get your plant initially, let's say for a month or so, initially you have to do watering every 5 to 6 days. This is for 1 to 2 months. You have to do watering every 5 to 6 days. And once the plant is completely acclimated in your environment, let's say that it gets stable and it starts to grow. Again, it's a very slow growing plant. It's not going to grow very fast, just like our succulents. Now after the third and the fourth month, then you have to reduce your watering. That is when the root system is going to get developed, and then you are going to water either 2 or 3 times in a month. So you do not need to water it too much. They are very drought tolerant. They can easily get rotted if you're going to water them excessively. So as you can see over here, my agave is slightly closed inwards. It's slightly dehydrated because again I water probably 3 to 4 times in a month, and because now the heat is too much, it is in a papercrete pot, it is absorbing all the excess moisture. That's why the agave is slightly dehydrated, but I will increase the frequency because of summers, because the soil is drying out a little faster. But as I said, initially you have to do watering in 5 to 6 days. So as I said, initially you have to water it every 5 or 6 days. You have to continue this for at least a month or so, and then once the plant is completely acclimated, then you can water it probably 2 or 3 times in a month. Do not do over watering. The soil has to be loose, porous and well draining. Give it a good amount of sunlight. They do not have any issues of sunlight. You can keep them in good amount of morning direct sunlight. But yes, initially avoid the afternoon direct sunlight, especially during summers. But once the plant is completely acclimated, you can then put it out in afternoon direct sunlight as well. There won't be much of an issue. So it's an extremely beautiful succulent. Propagation, I haven't tried propagation yet, but I have another variety of agave over here. Now it's not visible, but there was a small little pup that was coming up. Now this is another variety of agave. I think it's called as butterfly. I'm not very sure. If you know the name, please let me know in the comment section, because this is very new to me. So this is another agave that I have over here, and this is the same one. I'll put the name on the screen. And here, as you can see, there is a pup that is going to be starting to come up. It's slightly dried, but this is a pup that is soon going to grow. So it's pretty simple to grow agave, not much care required. Mealybugs are not much of an issue, because if you're going to see, the leaves are very thick. They do not have a lot of juice in the leaves, but they are very drought tolerant. So these were recently planted in this. That's why it's slightly shaky. Again, as I said, I'm watering it every 5 to 6 days. I'm going to continue this for a month, and then they will be watered probably 2 or 3 times in a month. So right now they're still getting adjusted. They're not completely adjusted. The soil has to remain the same, loose, porous and well draining. You can see I have used the grey construction sand. There is a little bit of garden soil as well in this, but majority it is the grey construction sand, and it is doing pretty well. So propagation is, once you tend to see that the pups have reached a decent size, you can separate them from the offset. When this pup is going to grow, I will definitely make a video on how to separate them. As of now, it's very small. It's not even grown properly, so I'll have to wait for some time. Another important thing about agave, as we all know, agaves, they tend to belong to a desert area. They have very arid conditions. They do not have a lot of nutrition in the soil. So you have to ensure that you replicate the same thing. Do not add a lot of organic matter to the soil. Do not add too much of fertilizers to the soil. talking about fertilizers, now during summers they are getting into their growing period. So if you want to add some fertilizers, you can go for a liquid based fertilizer. You can do it probably once in 2 months, not more than that, during the summer, which is their growing period. But again, do not overload it with nutrients, because they prefer a very lean nutrient soil. Winter is their dormant period, so during winters please do not add any kind of fertilizers to the soil. So guys, that's all about agave. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.